name is Jason. I'm the product director for CI/CD here at GitLab, and I decided to record a quick, well, I think it will be quick, speed run of me setting up the static site editor for moving my own personal README. I have a README, which is just kind of like what I'm working on and so on, in the GitLab handbook today, but it's a little heavyweight, honestly, because it has to build up the whole site every single time I update this little page. So what I decided to do was move it over into my own project, and then I'll redirect from the current location. And I noticed that there was a new template out there for the static site editor using Middleman. So I'm actually going to record myself trying to get that working. So let me share my screen. And yeah, so the only thing that I've done so far is created the project, which I'll show you how I did. So GitLab.com. I just clicked on new project up here. Went to create from template, and this is where I found this static site editor Middleman project. So that's the template I used. After I did that, I got this this project created here, which has some instructions in it. So it looks like the first thing I need to do is edit the data config YAML, replace the username and project name. So commit and push that. All right, so let's take a look at this file. We can open this up in the web IDE, which is what I prefer using. And I love the new dark theme, by the way. Data config YAML. All right, so easy. So this would be Jaworska, and project name, I called it README. Easy. So configure repository. We'll just go ahead and commit that to master. Come back here. So commit and push that change to repository, visit the CI/CD pipelines page and run a pipeline. Although I think that actually will automatically happen once I make that commit. Yeah, it's running there. So maybe those couple steps aren't needed. Once pipeline is finished, open the following URL in your browser, maybe a few minutes before that happens. But maybe in the meantime, we can play with the static site editor. Oh, we can't because we need the edit at this page button. Okay, well, let's check in on our pipeline and see how that's going. I know that publishing your first pages site has actually gotten a lot quicker. So from the moment this job runs until the page is live is actually pretty quick now, I think. So this will either be Jaworska slash, I don't know if it will be lowercase or uppercase, so we'll try both. It definitely isn't done yet, so neither of these links are going to work. This needs to finish. So it looks like it's grabbing the build environment now, grabbing the Ruby gems that it needs to build for Middleman, which is a very nice static site editor, and it's the one that we use for the GitLab handbook, actually. So it's probably a little heavyweight for my little README file, but still, it'll be cool to play with something. If you're not overcomplicating technology, what are you doing? I may put in a cut here just to let this finish, but if it finishes in the next couple of seconds, then I'll let it go. In the meantime, we can browse around and see what's actually in here. So we've got our GitLab CI YAML. I don't know what the new no contracts thing does. It's kind of interesting. So it has a build stage, and then it has the pages deploy stage. It looks like it's building twice, potentially. Although it's perhaps cached between the two. It may make sense someday to just combine these into one build deploy step. Maybe the purpose, though, is so that if this fails, then it doesn't proceed to a deployment. Our config RB. This will have a bunch of things in it related to, oh wow, it's so short compared to the GitLab website. I actually haven't seen what the default version of this looks like. Yeah, just a little bit of configuration here. You can get really, really advanced with that. The gem file will contain the dependencies and the versions that are needed. The Ruby version, curious which version they're using here, 2.6.5. All right, and then in the source folder, is where actually all of your website is. So yeah, it's so crazy to see such a small version one after always working on the GitLab website, about.gitlab.com, but still. Images go in here, JavaScripts go in here, layouts go in here, and then style sheets can go in here. And then there's only one page in here, the index.html.md, which looks like it'll just have a little bit of generic stuff in it. So I'm excited to try it out. This source folder will be the root of the website. So if you are using, like if you want to access one of your images, it would be /images/ and then .keep it's just a sample file just to make sure that Git keeps the folder around. But yeah, let's see how this thing is doing. Okay, this finished. There should be another job running now for the pipeline for the push to pages. Yes, here it is. Not exactly sure what I was seeing there with that extra unclickable thing. Maybe that's just part of what Pages does and it's not familiar for some reason. So looking at this, we should be able to reload, and one of these should work. Maybe not quite yet. It does take a few minutes from after the pipeline finishes the first time to when things are actually loaded, because there's a background processing job. But I'm excited to see what this does. Yeah, in the meantime, I can actually go grab the content that I'm going to want to put into the README page. So that would be in the GitLab.com project. And then this is a very large middleman installation for comparison but the same structure is there. So under source, and then I think it's product READMEs is where this thing is. No, it would be under source handbook, because this is where our handbook lives. Then it would be under product, and now I think it's under README. Yeah. All right, and so here's the markdown for my README. I'm just going to look at the source of this, and I'll have that available when I start working on the editor. So let's see if this is done yet. Doesn't seem like quite yet. I've not got anything wrong here, have I? I don't think so. Double check the data that we configured here. This was the path to the repository, not the path to the website. So this, I think, is correct. Although it is lowercase here, even though that shows uppercase. Let's see if this URL actually works. It does. Okay, it just redirects to lowercase. Well, we can at least update that. I'm sure it traverses the redirect, but just in case. Open that back up. Oh, I guess we got the web ID already open. And convert this to lowercase, make another commit to master. Fix to avoid redirect. All right, another pipeline will run. It's fine. Maybe these are done now. No. Don't have permissions. Anything in pages settings? Access control is enabled. I don't want access control to be enabled, actually. Settings, general visibility, and select everyone in the pages section. No, I want pages on, but I want everyone to be able to access the page. Okay. Maybe this will do it for us. So GitLab/readme. Nope. Maybe all caps. No. It could, again, take a few minutes. I think it would be the lowercase version. Aha, there we go. Middleman is running, read the documentation. And then we have this cool edit the page button here, which I'm excited to see. I get a 404 error. All right, I wonder if we take a look at this URL, what is wrong with it? GitLab.io. No. So let's see if we can at least get to our project here. We can. So let's find in the path here where this is breaking down. I wish I could move this helpful Zoom thing that is getting in my way here. Okay, so that part isn't working. All right, well, close that. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. So edit the data config file and point to the URL. That URL does seem to be correct because it's coming back. Commit and push change the repository, visit the CI/CD pipelines page for your project, run pipeline. Once it's finished, go to it, yeah. So go to our page, confirmed it's working, click the edit this page button, use the static site editor to make changes to the content and save the changes by creating a merge request. Merge your merge request to the master branch, fam. Huh. Well, let's just check once more. So this is my website. That does seem to be working. Just goes to the middleman docs. If I click on this, return URL. Yeah, I don't know why this isn't working, so I'll stop the speed run here, but cool, I got my middleman set up, and yeah, I'll try to resume this in another speed run once I figure out what's wrong. Thanks for watching. Till later.